Hi, Tarot Tribe, it's Ethany, and today is day 27. Oh, I had to check that for the 31 days of tarot for 2018. And today's prompt is share your first professional reading experience, either as a reader or a seeker. So I've shared a number of experiences before, and I'm not sure whether I've shared this one before, so forgive me if I have. This old brain of mine doesn't always remember what I have recorded in the past. I've talked about my first tarot teacher. I have had many readings where I would read for friends before this, but something that really stuck out for me was a reading that kind of blew my little mind. Was many yarns ago when I was thinking about doing psychic fairs. And I don't know if they do them anymore, but in Fremantle they did the psychic fairs in the town hall, and I went to suss it out to see the kind of space and see how they organized it before I booked a table. And spoiler alert, I ended up reading there quite a lot for the psychic fairs. And I had a reading with a lady who was there. She was there with her partner, and they had the most amazing stall set up full of like tinctures and balms and sprays and all sorts of magical stuff. And I actually bought some psychic balm. It was the first psychic balm I ever bought too, and holy shit, that stuff was great. And she had this pentacle tattoo over her heart, and I was like, well, that is some dedication to the craft right there. And again, being someone who was into the Wicca and witchcraft, I was like I honed in on her. And she actually had her own deck, so she had illustrated and created her own tarot deck, which was completely her own. And I remember like the Empress being a cow, and all the astrological symbols around it, and she had designed this and colored it and only used it for her readings. And the thing that really resonated with me about this experience was that she told me things about people who were close to me that I did not know until months later. And when I got told that information, I was like, yeah, no, that ain't right. And then I got told months later, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I remembered like that reading because it was so contradictory to what I'd already known, that when the information came to light, I was like, the light bulb went on. And I'm glad I had that experience for a number of reasons. The first one was it taught me that when I do readings for others, and sometimes some information may seem a little bit like a bit of a leap or a bit of a jump from where they're actually at, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that some things have not been presented, or some things have not unfolded at that stage for it to get to the outcome. And it also, so then I was like, okay, well, sometimes the reading has to marinate, and sometimes things have to unfold the way they're going to. The outcome may lead that way. Or the past may reveal itself to be that thing in time. So it was good that it kind of gave me the perspective of sometimes we need to reflect and sit and allow information to do its thing before we make a final call or judgment. And then the second reason why I really loved that experience was because it really solidified it really solidified psychic readings for me. And that's something that I do not shy away from. I do not shy away from predictive tarot. I don't do it. Like, I know that there are people who don't ever do predictive tarot. I'm not one of those suckers. You want to know something? You can ask me. And sometimes the path, it'll say, you have a choice, and whether you go down path A or path B, these are the most likely outcomes. And I don't believe that everything is set in stone. I believe we can also help or hinder. We can embrace or reject. We can change or accept. So there's lots of different things that go on with that. But I don't shy away from predictive tarot. And that experience with that reader really was like this magical confirmation that there are people who have also had probably clear gifts like clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience in their life from a very young age who do this. So it was nice to see like a role model. And I didn't know this lady. I've never seen her again. So I don't know her, but it was nice to have this role model and sit and have such a lovely reading with someone where I was like, yeah, like, shit, she can do what I can too. And then later on, you know, I've had teachers and mentors and fellow tarot readers who've like rocked my socks, but that was a really powerful experience for me. It may not have been my first, because my first readings were for myself and then for other people. And then, you know, I think one of my first professional experiences was actually reading at psychic fairs, because I had no other way to find people. I did face-to-face readings. Thought it was amazing. Highly recommended if you want to get your earn your stripes. But it was a pretty phenomenal experience, and she was a professional in that, and in that experience I was the seeker. So that's my offering for today, and I shall see you lovely ones tomorrow.